It's your boy Gunnar in the house, back with another Arsenal news episode where, ladies and gentlemen, barrage of watch-alongs on this channel. We're going to discuss about it and it's going to be really awesome. So stay tuned for that. And of course, we are going to reveal Arsenal's real budget. What is the plan for the summer transfer window? How much money is Kroenke going to pump in? Or is the money only coming from the sales? Again, as we speak about that. So if you seek daily Arsenal content, best place to be, consider subscribing, hitting that bell icon, and of course, keeping the priority of that bell icon to always on. So what do we have here in this episode? Something super interesting, of course, about the selling, about the players that Arsenal are planning to sell off. Bernd Leno to be replaced, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we're going to discuss about that. Who is exactly going to replace Bernd Leno? Well, you don't have many options in the world, apart from a very few. It's all about the concentration laps that Bernd Leno is actually going through. But that is not an excuse to be in a club like Arsenal. So let's talk about the first news that we got here is about Thierry Henry. So recently of the Premier League Hall of Fame, Thierry Henry was asked about the feelings of winning the Premier League at White Hart Lane in 2004. He says, "Oh, the lane, it was special. Arsenal did it before. We were not supposed to celebrate, but everyone knows the story." And that's where things began to go. So Hector Bellerin on his Instagram story shares a health podcast he took part in that play on Spotify. And play on Spotify. It actually plays on Spotify, ladies and gentlemen. So, Hector is cheeky. Hector is a very cheeky guy. I know that. I know everything, every goddamn thing about Hector Bellerin now. So, also Daniel Ek on watching Arsenal in January 2018. So he actually tweeted out that, "Yes, but I have had too much hopes being crushed to even dare to dream. The peace I have is from watching the homegrowns." So he's definitely in, man. He's a guy who's definitely loving the Arsenal's youngsters that are coming through. So moving on. So according to AS, everyone at Real Madrid still believe that Martin Odegaard will become one of the best players in the world, and they won't listen to any offers for him. That's according to AS. Do we believe AS completely? No, I don't want to. I don't want to at all. So we're going to discuss about this probably in the next one. So let us talk about something else, ladies and gentlemen. According to Chris Wheatley, Arsenal are open to selling Maitland-Niles and Nketiah. Bellerin is keen on leaving if the right opportunity arises. Willock's form for Newcastle could see him return to Arsenal, with Guendouzi and Torreira both set to be sold. So these are the reality, ladies and gentlemen. Also, we're going to talk about it. So Arsenal could sign the perfect, the 5 players that are intended to be sold off this summer transfer window. Well, David Luiz's contract expires in June. Alex Lacazette has 1 year left on his contract. Same situation is arriving with Eddie Nketiah. The chief executive Vinay Venkatesham and non-executive director Tim Lewis are in regular contact with Arteta, who admitted in March that he's fully aware of the financial constraints Arsenal will be under this summer. So what are actually Arsenal trying to do? Well, sources have told Football.London that Lewis has a meticulous eye for detail where finances are concerned, and one of his first tasks last summer was to complete an audit at Emirates Stadium, which saw various cost-cutting measures implemented. At the recent Fans Forum, director Josh Kroenke declared that he's so excited about the transfer plans, which haven't changed despite Arsenal's withdrawal from the controversial ESL. So Venkatesham said to the Fans Forum that, "I will say for the record, KSE have refinanced our stadium debt to effectively £200 million. We're going to lose well over £100 million this year, and it's KSE standing behind that. Whatever we do in the transfer window, it's KSE standing behind that." So there are several players who are considered indispensable in the current Arsenal squad. That is Tierney, Saka, Partey. But departures will be on the cards for Ainsley, Eddie Nketiah and Hector Bellerin. Willock will not be sold off, but Saliba will return for pre-season, and Football.London understands Mavropanos will either go out on loan for another campaign or depart in a permanent move. So no future for Mavropanos. Also, Sead Kolasinac has been just relegated with Schalke, and which remains likely. He actually remains likely to leave in the summer, with Arteta looking to sign another left back to compete with Tierney for the first team place. Meanwhile, a large number of youngsters will leave the club this summer as Arsenal aim to trim down their bloated academy setup as well. They currently have 39 youngsters on professional contracts and a further 19 on scholarship deals. Ben Shayaf is on loan at Coventry and is likely to leave, along with Joseph Oliveira. They're likely to be followed by left back Tolaji Bola, Dejan Iliev, although Zach Medley could stay at and Football.London has been told that the club have the option of triggering an extra year for the defender, who's currently on loan at Kilmarnock. Is that the idea? How much is Arsenal really having? Let's see. Is that the thing that we are actually going to talk about or not? So we have another striker in the mix, ladies and gentlemen. Arsenal could be signing a perfect Alexander Lacazette replacement, because he's just revealed that his dream club is Arsenal. Well, we are talking about the player that we're talking about is Paul Onuachu. He has issued a come and get me plea to Arsenal ahead of the summer transfer window. He plays for Genk. The Genk striker has been among the goals this season, netting 29 times in just 33 Jupiler Pro League appearances, and there is talk of him moving at the end of the season. During an interview with Sporza, Onuachu refused to go into detail in regards to his future, but did reveal that Emirates Stadium would be his dream destination. He says, I really like Arsenal. Adebayor is one of the players I have admired the most. I was really a big fan of him. And Kanu, I really love watching Arsenal. His current deal expires in 2024, and Genk sporting director Dimitri Deconde has already admitted the summer window may be the right time for the striker to look for a new challenge. Now he says, I have to be honest, if I had been told that at the start of the season, I would not have believed it. He scores, he progresses, he has the stability. But just thinking about his possible departure, it generates stress. As a sporting director, I want to see him stay. That said, it may be the moment for him to leave. It's a complex issue. Everything will depend on the market. Maybe we'll find a solution with him. An offer he'll accept, but if there is a possibility for him to stay, I will do anything to seize it. The Frenchman is approaching the final 12 months of his contract at the Emirates Stadium, and it doesn't look like that Alex Lacazette might be getting a contract from Arsenal. So that is that, ladies and gentlemen. So moving on, so talking about different stuff, we're also going to talk about something really special, and that is the one, the only No Kolasinac. Everyone is leaving in order to generate a good amount of funds. So according to another source, Arsenal are ready to sell 6 players to raise 124 million pounds, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, 124 million pounds. Lacazette, Bellerin, and Nketiah and Guendouzi offloaded. Arsenal are supposed to raise 124 million pounds to reinvest in Mikel Arteta's team. Well, Torreira. So Lucas Torreira as well is also in the mix to be sold off. So Arsenal might make some good amount of money if they get all the things right. If, that is, there's a huge if that they get it right. So talking about different stuff, a lot of people are actually coming up with saying this, that Arsenal should stop looking at Bernd Leno as the future, a future player for Arsenal. But yeah, they should actually let him go. So Arsenal are actually talking to Unai Simon. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Athletic Bilbao goalkeeper is in the mix and is in the fray to play for Arsenal. Now, Mikel Arteta's Arsenal threatens Unai Simon's continuity at Athletic. The Spanish coach has sentenced Bernd Leno and looks to La Liga Santander in search of a new goalkeeper. That is why Mikel Arteta would have asked Arsenal for an effort to remove Unai Simon from Athletic Bilbao. Faced with a similar request, London Box paid last summer the 50 million when they actually sold off Thomas Partey's. They paid off Thomas Partey's release clause. However, unlike the Atletico Madrid, Bilbao keeper has renewed until 2025 without a release clause. So signing Unai Simon seems very complicated. However, in addition to Arsenal, Borussia Dortmund, West Ham and Monaco also have not lost sight of the 23-year-old Spanish international. Aitor Fernandez could be Unai Simon's replacement at Athletic Bilbao. The Granota team, which last summer saw several teams threaten the continuity of Aitor Fernandez in their ranks, has now seen how he has ceded ownership in some games in favor of Dani Cardenas. Grateful to the 29-year-old goalkeeper, and given the need that he has to sell to continue cleaning his accounts, Levante will listen to offers for Aitor Fernandez, something that Athletic will be willing to take advantage of. And it is that the Basque team could see with good eyes to cash for Unai Simon and sign the Levante goalkeeper in his place. He can also do it as a replacement for Iago Herrerin, who ends his contract at the end of this year with Athletic, and Joaquin Esquieta, meanwhile, will be on loan. So that is the I mean, that is the whole idea, ladies and gentlemen. That is the whole idea of Arsenal. They're actually in the mix to think and get Unai Simon. Do you guys believe in Unai Simon at Arsenal to actually compete with Burnley? No, because right now I don't see Runarsson doing that. I definitely don't see Runarsson doing that anytime soon. There's no strong possibility of that. So with this, we end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you see daily Arsenal content, best place to be, consider subscribing. I will see you in the next one. Until then, cheers.